Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Heroes of the Week International Break Edition. And I'm joined by, as always, Nrup. Welcome.
Hey Zanek, hello everybody. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, no worries. So, we're going to do what we do here. This is Heroes of the Week. And of course,
Right.
everyone that is watching this live is welcome to join us. And so are the people whenever this gets published. You can leave any kind of comments you want, honestly.
I think it's my first show with you. That'll be that where we'll be talking about international teams because so far we have always been talking about Premier League, Premier League, Premier League. So it's something fresh, and
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Obviously, I'm going to have a narrow view because, as you can see, I'm the Czech Republic supporter, right? And I went to the Czech Republic Albania game actually. So
Yeah, man.
as you may expect, the bias of what I'm going to talk about today is obvious. Yeah, I'm going to mostly talk about the Czech team, but not only. So let's go.
Let's
How
go.
does this start? We have got this one first. I wonder if we're gonna have the same one. Do you want to go first? Or shall I go first?
Yeah, I think I'll go first because you might have more than one, and I think we both know what we might say. So
I
yeah,
have
let
one.
me
I
spoil it
only
for
have
you.
one. I only have
Okay.
one.
But you might want to change it anyway. So for me, it's going to be Greece.
Yeah. Oh my God! I've got exactly the same one. I wonder why.
Wonder why?
I'm not
Why
gonna
not
change
Turkey?
it. I'm not gonna change it. Tell me your reasons why Greece then.
Well, it has to be more than one. But yeah, well, it's just let's talk. If you talk about the current context, it has to be the latest result that they won against a team that hasn't won any silverware in decades, but has been a good contender and
Arsenal.
has had. You can say they are the Arsenal of
I
the
didn't know. I
international.
didn't know an international team can play against Arsenal. Anyway, you're talking about England, right?
England, yes, three lions.
Right, and Albion. But what makes it even more impressive is the fact that Greece won against England away from home in Wembley.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's historical. I mean, it feels like 2004 vibes, if you
Mhm.
remember what happened.
Yeah, of course. Well, how could I not remember?
Yeah, it's
All the
historical
Greek
stuff.
fans keep reminding me this because they beat us in the semi-final, the Czech Republic, and then
Exactly.
they went on to win the Euros. So
Yeah.
they are very proud of that achievement, and they always will be. And not the biggest fan of Greek football, but when the credit is due, how do they say that? When the credit, we have to give the credit when it's due,
When it's
right? So
due.
in this case, they deserve it. They deserve it. They beat England 2-1 away from home, and according to the stats, because I did not watch the game, according to the stats, they were not necessarily the worst team, or let's say they played well in that game.
They played well. I
Mhm.
mean, honestly, when it comes to international football, you don't really have to go that deep. At the end of the day, it all comes to passion, I think, because there are more. I think, yeah, like even if you try the best tactics, have the best manager, have the best players around, at the end of the day, it all comes to passion and how much you fight for it.
Yeah,
You can just win the games playing dirty football, but yeah, you just win.
exactly. All right. Well, we've got the same one, and I don't think it matters. By the way, it's also interesting because obviously England have a new manager, right? Gareth Southgate was
Mm,
replaced by a new manager. It
yeah,
was I don't remember his name. I don't know. Maybe you do, but it was the former under
it has to be
21
some
coach,
Carsley, something like
some
that.
something like that, and
Something like
there is a
because
lot
I
of
know him
pressure.
why
Obviously, yep.
because of Ben White. I know him because of that, so I'll always
Okay.
remember him for that.
A lot of pressure, right, on him, and expectations, and it might be really hard because Gareth Southgate, he did so well with the team, consistently getting to the semifinals, finals of big tournaments.
Hmm.
I think they might regret it. Be careful what you wish for is the phrase that we could use here. We'll see. They beat
Time will
Finland now. They beat Finland 3-1 today. So
Yeah.
they rectified that. They bounced back. All right. Who's your hero of the week?
I mean, I don't know if I should say the same name or should I change it.
Same name as mine, you mean? How do you know what's mine?
No, I mean what's obvious or what's possible. Most
Well,
likely.
I don't know what you have in mind, so
Okay. You know what? I'll change it. I'll go for David Strelets, who scored 2 important goals against Sweden. He's a Slovak striker,
right.
and I
And
think
they were losing. They were 2-1
they were
down,
losing.
right?
They were
Against
They were
Sweden.
2-0 down.
Mhm.
And
2-1,
after
2-0 down, yeah.
2-0 down, yeah. And then after halftime, he scored 2 important goals.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fair call.
And he has a
for
nice
a
name,
team like
which
Slovakia.
you know how his name translates into English.
Yeah,
Strelets.
it's David Sagittarius.
Because it has 2 meanings. The word Strelets has 2 meanings. One of them is Sagittarius as the star sign, the zodiac sign, but also it could be like a marksman or a shooter.
Well, I mean,
So
isn't that the function of the Sagittarius? Like the Sagittarius is also known for that, for being
You're
a
right.
sharpshooter and stuff like that.
Exactly. Fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
my choice has to be obvious. I went to the game Albania, Czech Republic, and Tomáš Chorý. He's almost 2 meters tall, very large striker. He scored 2 impressive goals, and we needed them, the Czech Republic. So well done to him. His form has been excellent since he joined Slavia from Plzeň, and I wish he was a bit younger, because at this age 29, I'm not sure he's gonna get a great transfer into one of the top leagues. Probably not, because of the age. But if he were like 5 years younger, oh my god, this striker would be
He would be
desired goods, desired property.
he would be Khori. I mean, if you translate that to English, that'll be he would be sick.
Sick,
So,
yeah.
as in-
His translation
like-
of his name is Sick,
yeah.
yeah. Mm. And
But
because-
yeah, I mean, I chose another reason why I chose Strelets is because if you look at the position of Slovakia in the rankings, they wanted a point. They had only 3 points in the past
Yeah.
2 games, and then after they won the game, after they drew the game, right now they are sitting on par with Sweden, which are the table toppers. Because if I was supposed to choose Pavlidis, I mean, he
Is
is
this-
a hero. I mean, he won against England, but at the same time, Greece, they have been unbeaten.
Is this
They
Group
played
B,
two-
or are they in Group B or C?
Who, Greece?
No, Sweden and Slovakia. Which group is that? The Czech
Oh, I
Republic
don't
are in
know.
Group B of the Nations League.
Probably. Then I think C. Then one
It
level
has to
down.
be either B or C. Yeah.
It has to be B or C. Yeah. But my point is that Greece, they have had a winning run, 3 games, won 3. They are on the top of the table.
Mhm.
So they were pretty comfortable and confident about it. But whereas Slovakia, they needed that oomph, if you know what I'm talking about,
Mhm.
and they got it somehow.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I mean, in my opinion, the Swedish team is never gonna be the same after the departure of
Departure of
Zlatan
Zlatan.
Ibrahimovic retired from the international football. I don't think they will ever have the same striker of the same quality.
But they do have a good balanced squad compared to back then, in my opinion. But well, let's see. Time will tell. But yeah, fair call. A Czech striker and a Slovak striker, not bad.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at villains of the week then. My villain of the week, Noop, is Kylian Mbappe.
Okay, interesting. Why?
Yeah. Well, because he's behaving in a strange way, not as the true captain. Yeah. So
Mm.
what happened was that Didier Deschamps, the French manager, obviously called him up as he would because he's the captain, right? And he didn't want to play, so he basically was left out of the squad for alleged fitness issues. Yeah. But reports claim that Mbappe is prioritizing Ballon d'Or victory over France games. And so there is a fitness issue. And then he was seen in a game after this happened, right? He was seen in a game against Villarreal. So there's something is going on there, right? And then also on the match day of the French team, he was spotted in a Swedish nightclub as well. Uh, I mean, if it's his day off, I mean, he can do what the hell he wants. But I'm not sure this is a good look. Yeah, is your
Yeah, I mean,
captain the most important player of your team is in a club on the match day? I'm not so sure. You know, he should be there leading by example. So he's my
I
villain of
agree
the
with you.
week. I've never liked Mbappe. Okay, I respect his skills, but I don't think he has the right attitude and mindset. I think he could be so much better if he did have it. But that's just my opinion. I'm old school.
No, I agree with you. I mean, apart from the players complaining over the schedule, in my opinion, when it comes to being selected for the nation, I think it has
Mhm.
to be a different honor because you know you are competing with so many players from all different levels, all different leagues, and playing for your own, representing your nation itself is a big deal. Because when it comes to club football, you just represent your small region, be it a small metropolitan region, be it a small city or town or district. But when it comes to representing your country, you're being selected, I don't know, among millions, if I'm
Mm.
not wrong. And
To
on
be
top of
honest,
that,
Snoop, he
yeah,
could be on bench. He could be on bench. Just ask. He could
it
have
could be,
asked the manager, "Please, can I
could
not
be, yeah.
play? My fitness is
It's
not
just the way how the
his
situation is
best."
handled, coming
It's
from a
just
team
not
that
good.
has,
This is not
yeah,
good,
it's just
right? This is. I'm sorry, but like I know they have like these days, football players are complaining about the number of games they have been playing. I
mm,
get it. It's getting a bit ridiculous. It's getting out
mm,
of control. But this is not the solution. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
The
yeah.
national team should be the biggest reward for you as a footballer.
mm.
You
I
know,
mean,
I don't
on
know.
on one side, like if you don't want to talk, I mean, this is Kylian Mbappe, the one who is possibly who will take on the legacy of what Ronaldo and Messi left. I
He
don't
was
think he'll be
supposed.
the
He's
next.
supposed to, but
He's supposed to. So in that context, if you look at Messi, I
mm,
mean, I don't think he ever had such situation. He went to South America. He played against countries where it's much more dangerous to play over there. You
yeah.
have crazy altitudes. For example, in Bolivia, where you have to wear mask in the middle of the game,
I,
and
I, I,
we face several temperature and altitude levels.
yeah.
You
For
travel
me, Mbappe
you
is
travel
just
from Barcelona to
spoiled.
South America and back. In my opinion, like a player like him, and then you have these tantrums. In my opinion, I mean, of course,
He's
we don't know.
spoiled.
This is
Like
the
he's
tip of
just,
the.
it's just, he's too rich. He's got everything he wants. You know
Mm,
how he was trying almost to like take over at PSG. He was like
yeah.
kind of calling the shots in the club. Come on, like
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
supposed to
come
have a
on.
manager, chairman. Why is it Mbappe
Imagine
who is like the
Macron
most
told
important?
the
Even
president of
Macron,
France.
Macron called him. Yeah,
I mean, come on.
that's for me. This is just unhealthy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Um, I wonder what French people think about this. I haven't really talked to a French fan about this. So if you're
I would love
French,
to know.
I would love to know too, because
Yeah,
for me, I wouldn't want to have Kylian Mbappe in charge of the team, being the captain. I'm much happier to have someone like Tomáš Souček, yeah, for a lot of people is not the most glamorous guy or is not the most skillful guy, whatnot. But he's a fighter. He never gives up. He will always give his everything. I know I've been defending this player for so long, and some people find it ridiculous, but I will always stand by him
yeah,
because those are the qualities I think that represent or that qualify for an excellent player, for someone who can lead others, right? You are the true
yeah.
captain, and he has it. Mbappe, he is a captain because he's the best player, right, with the best skills. That's, in my opinion, why he's the best captain. Is he a good leader, though? Is this how a leader behaves? No,
Nah.
not for me. Not for me.
And I
Even
mean,
Ronaldo would
he's
want
no more
to score
he's
those
no more
goals.
the 18-year-old talent, 18-year-old
Right.
teenager. I mean, he's what, probably 26, 27?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
he's
look at
something like that.
Ronaldo. Look at Ronaldo, Nrupe. Yeah? So
Exactly.
I've been criticizing Ronaldo as well for different reasons. But Ronaldo would never want to be left out of a team, no matter what. He wants to play at all times. Yeah, that's for me. That says something.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
my villain of the week would be Lorenzo Pellegrini from
Mhm.
Italy.
Okay.
And
Tell me more.
yeah, so I was watching the highlights of Italy versus Belgium, and also I read some discussions because I mean it was the match from the so-called group of death where you have
Mhm.
France, Italy, Belgium.
Was it 2-2 in the end, or what was the score?
Yeah, it was
It
2-2.
was, right? 2-2.
So Italy were 2-0 up
Okay.
within like 25 minutes.
Yep.
Two great goals, perfect counter, and then during those great goals, many Italians were complaining that what is Pellegrini doing? He was the number 10 in the team, and why is he even playing in such team when you have such great manager, uh, ex Napoli manager,
Yep.
and around 40th minute, straight red card tackle. I mean, I just don't understand why would you do that when you're 2-0 leading, when you have two defenders after you, you're not the last one standing, and you're not, and that person wasn't even close to the box.
But
He was probably
his decision making
just
was bad.
terrible, and that too, like as a number 10, like come on,
Yeah.
how about, yeah, it's just, I
Yeah.
think it was
Rash.
bad, and I
Mm.
think that was one of the main reason why Italy lost the game, because they were 10 men down, and
Oh, they lost in the end, or was it 2-2?
it was 2-2, but like
Yeah,
after they
they
were
did
10 men
not
down,
they did not
they were
hold on
outnumbered
to the
in a way,
result. Yeah.
and
Mm.
yeah, they couldn't, like it's tough to play 10 man against a top team like
Of
Belgium,
course.
because I mean
Yeah.
Belgium, they have become,
Di-
they have
Kevin De
weakened.
Bruyne is injured, right? He didn't play.
Yeah, he is injured. I think he got
Yeah.
injured long time ago.
And
Yeah, something
Jeremy
with
Doku,
groin.
did Doku play? Is
Yeah,
he
Doku
injured
played.
too?
Trossard scored a goal. He
Oh,
scored
really?
the equalizer.
He has a
So,
knack for scoring goals, like Trossard. Oh my god, he's such an underrated player in my opinion.
he is. He
I
is.
don't know why. Why is he so underrated? Is it his celebration or what?
Nah, I just think that I think it has to do with Premier League, and also it has to do with him playing for Brighton. Because Premier League, I don't think you can become a Ballon d'Or player, or like I don't think you can stat pad in Premier League.
Yeah.
And also he's playing for a weakened Belgium, so he
Hmm.
was arguably their best player. Arguably,
Okay. Yeah.
I mean Belgium, they did not have the best players around as well, like
Hmm.
Onana, Kevin De Bruyne, not Lukaku, but like in a way, on paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
Well, everybody keeps sort of criticizing Belgium for not delivering because they ask several times they ask Kevin De Bruyne at press conferences at these big tournaments, right?
mm,
Like sort of the journalists, Belgium journalists, I think they criticized but the Belgium team that they have the golden generation and they are not delivering anything. The golden generation, and it made him it made him go mad. Kevin De Bruyne, he did not
yeah,
like
I
those
think it's
questions.
fair. Like I think
Mm,
they just want some tea from the team, because
yeah.
I think there are many more bigger teams such as
Mm,
England, Germany,
yeah.
Spain, and they haven't
It's hard.
done
It's
much.
hard.
It's just hard. But
It's hard
anyway,
to get there.
back to being back to villain of the week, or the so-called
Yep.
villain. It has to be Lorenzo Pellegrini.
Mm. Yeah, it's a common phenomenon that the player gets the villain of the week award for
Mm,
receiving a red card. I think it's fair. Yeah, because it weakens the team. One man down in football is a big deal, especially if it happens early in the game, right?
yeah.
All right. Would you like to go first or shall I?
I think. Would you please?
I can.
Yeah.
My
I-
takeaway of the week is that it's way better to watch football live, to be in the stadium, to soak up the atmosphere, and to have the possibility to see everything, every inch of the pitch, rather than see it on screen, on TV, on a stream that doesn't always work. It's such a massive difference, man. It's so nice. So I was so glad to be part of that win over Albania, a team that had been a bogey team for the Czech team, and we beat them 2-0. And I was there cheering, jumping, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I miss going to the stadium. I wish it was closer to my place. I wish it was more affordable at times, and yeah, sometimes those are excuses. But to be honest, yeah, I wish I could go to the stadium more often to watch the games. For real,
Yeah, I agree with
much
you. I
better.
mean, for once, they have to. I think the market is just exploding when it comes to watching football. Like I understand everything starts with humble beginnings. Every sport starts with humble beginnings. In a way, I mean, of course, there are sports which started with royal families or some big colonial empires
Mm.
like cricket and etc.
Yeah.
Like golf, cricket. But like when it
Mhm.
comes to football, I think you have to remember that it's a people's game.
Yeah.
We live in a society where most of us are rather humble, and we are not part of those CEO families where we can just buy I don't know, some high class ticket. And at the end of the day, this is a national team's game, and I think it's an honor. I think it's
Yeah.
part and part.
Absolutely.
It's part of being a citizen. It's like you're watching. I don't know, some national day celebration.
The stadium was almost sold out, but we could see some empty spaces. So it's a shame that it wasn't sold out. And some fans did not really support the club much. I think it's because it was cold, and Czech fans can be quite. I don't know. We're just not that mad about the national team.
Hmm.
I think the Czech club football has better fans than the Czech national team football. Unfortunately, um, yeah, we are not that fanatical about it, but it's a shame. We only we only really s- uh, we are really only really behind the team when it's doing super well. When we have
Hmm.
a great team, suddenly there are so many fans that appear out of nowhere. The glory fans, the glory hunters.
Hmm.
Yep,
Yeah, fair enough.
it's unfortunately a trait of the Czech personality. Yeah.
That's a good
All right.
takeaway. For
What's your
me, it has to
takeaway?
be.
Hey,
For me,
oh,
it
hang
has
on.
to
Let me get
be. Sorry,
chicken McNugget.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
Crickets. Bad joke. No, don't worry. Don't worry.
No,
Takeaway
I
of the
don't get
week.
it. Yeah, okay. Oh well.
Chicken
Yeah.
burger with
Well,
chips.
actually, I did have a chicken burger
I
today.
was one. I wondered when
I had
I
KFC
was
burger
gonna.
today.
I wondered when I was gonna tell this joke, but it didn't exactly land, did it?
Well, it did land in a way, but it's just that I don't know. Maybe I'm too stupid. Anyway,
Maybe the
so
joke
my
is not that good.
yeah. So for
All
me, it
right.
has to be about UEFA Nations League, and I just don't think it's going. I just don't think it's going well. It's just a glorified friendly game
What are you
where
talking about? I just came. I just went to that game. I loved it. So give
I
me a
know,
reason.
but did it make you feel like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is a
Yeah. It was
UEFA
great.
Nations?
No, I
Did
enjoyed
it
it. I
no,
thought
but
it
did
was
you
at a
feel?
similar level as the qualification game because if we win this group, we get into the playoffs. It's a chance to get to the World Cup. There is a meaning behind this. Like if we win our group, we have a really high chance of getting into the playoffs, which might be more difficult from our qualification group because there are only a number of European teams that qualify for the World Cup. So yes, what I think is the problem that there's too many matches. That's the issue. Too many
No, I
games,
mean,
right?
apart from being too many matches, it's just that why do you have to make it a tournament where you fight for some trophy? Because this is when I think not many players get the chance, not many young talents get to shine for their country because back then, I mean, of course, I'm not saying that back olden days were better, but it's
Mm.
just that, when you always want to create your strongest 11, I think there's this sort of stagnancy that you'll always have. And if you look at smaller countries or like smaller teams, they won't be able to shine well. Like the
Yeah.
teams won't be as balanced as it should be when it comes to a friendly game.
I quite
And
like this, because they have different sort of seeds,
and
right?
the
Or
thing is
different.
that I mean, if it's a tournament, then play it as a tournament. Don't keep it like a seasonal, I don't know, seasonal stuff where you have
Yeah.
every 6 months you have these games, and then I don't know, like there needs to be a momentum. There needs to be a series of games, or there needs to
There
be like,
is, but there is, Nope.
but
You have an international
until
break, and you always play 2 games, right?
yeah, but
So,
2 games is, I don't think it's enough. I think you need to
well,
play
there are
more
6 games
games.
in total. There are 4 teams in each group, right? So we've got
Yeah,
6 games in total,
yeah,
home and away, which is, for example, different from what we now have in the Champions League and
mm,
Conference League and
yeah,
Europa League. So,
mm,
do you know what? I quite like this, but we were in
mm.
the top group as well. We were Group A, the Czech Republic. We play against the likes of Spain and Portugal,
I mean,
and that was
some
that
teams
was an
might benefit
amazing.
from it, some teams might not. I'm just talking about it
No,
from
I think it's quite
general
fair
perspective.
actually. No, the way it works is if you win your group, you
Mm,
qualify for the for the league above you. So we are now in League B. And if you win our
mm,
group somehow, which will be really hard because we have Georgia in the league and
mm,
they are amazing. If you win
mm,
it, we will be playing with the likes of England, Germany, the best teams. And who doesn't want that? And equally, if you finish bottom of your league, you will drop to the group below you, to the C group. And on top of that, right? So this is nice. And on top of that, you have a chance to qualify for the World Cup. So to be honest, like I didn't think I would like this format so much, but I respect your view as well.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. So far, I'm not liking it. So this was
Mm.
what I thought of it. It might
Okay,
change. It
okay,
might
fair
change.
enough.
Let's see how it goes. I
I,
mean, it's
I
still
have
a
to
new
take you
competition.
when you come back from India, because right now you are in India. When you come back, and I'm back because I'm heading to Vietnam as well. When I come back and you come back, we can go to see one game, to the Nations League game. How about that?
I mean, I would love to. I've never seen, like, yeah. I mean, I've never seen a top tier European team,
we should,
a
we should,
nation play football. So
we should
yeah,
go.
it'll be an honor.
We should go
We should.
because it's probably not going to happen when India play the Czech Republic. Let's be honest.
Oh,
Probably
let's
not.
be. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I have no hopes for that.
Yeah, there's a
But
higher chance we're going to play a cricket match than a football match. To be honest,
I
probably
doubt
not.
that as well. Actually,
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, sorry, that was insulting actually to the
Not
Indian
really, but yeah.
cricket team.
But we could try playing a hockey game because Czechs are known for ice hockey and Indians are known for field hockey. So we might,
That insults
you know,
us now because I'm sorry, but like no, that's never happening.
let's test each other's waters.
We tried to play against China. We tried to play against China once, and it just doesn't work. Like the gap is so wide. It's like no chance.
Field hockey or ice hockey?
Ice hockey.
Oh, that's different. But I'm talking about field hockey.
Well, that's a different sport. It only has the word hockey in it. That's the only.
Well, we call it hockey. So
Well, you know what Americans call football.
yeah, but
No, I should have said it in the other way around. Never mind. You know what I wanted
anyways,
to say, right?
yeah,
You know what's football for Americans? That's what I wanted to say.
yeah. I get it,
Yes. Okay. Well,
yeah. So that was that.
you're gonna have to remind me. You used one interesting word, right? And
But
you
yeah,
said,
yeah.
yeah, needed someone with Am I right? Or something like that.
I think I said about Slovakia that they needed some oomph.
That's right. Yeah. It's such a weird word, actually.
It is, but
Which,
it is a nice word.
yeah. And if you Google it, it means kind of like personal charm or magnetism or glamour or sex appeal, even. Uh, I think in footballing terms, it means something like extra, right? Something extra,
Hmm.
right? That's the free translation I would use here.
Do other languages have that as well? Like, for example, in Czech,
Doesn't it come from German? No, Czech doesn't have it, but it sounds a bit German to me.
it does. That's why
Yeah.
I asked you. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's some international standard word in a
Yeah.
way.
I can Google it for us. Let's see. Okay, by the way, it can also mean like strength, power, passion. It has so many different meanings.
Yeah, I mean, what I meant was the
Mm.
strength and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
push.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it also means sex appeal, which I don't think is that important in football unless we are talking about football marketing. Southern England? No, wait. Etymology. Where does this come from, Noob? It's onomatopoeic, apparently. You know,
Okay.
onomatopoeic words are words that remind you of the sound, some
Yeah.
kind of sound. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Like,
right?
like boom, bam.
Yeah. All right, shall we leave it there? Is there anyone with any comments today? Okay, here we go. We've got Andrzej.
Oomph is a German rock band.
It's a German rock band. Well,
Wow.
yeah. Well, there you go.
And
German
what does that
rock band.
mean?
I don't know, because it could mean
Like
that
in
the
German.
band was named after that word, right? Probably they chose. It's not the
Mm.
other way around that now everybody uses this word freely after because they like the band.
Mm.
Yeah. Apparently this band is good. So Andrzej's recommendation, I cannot vouch for that because I don't understand German rock. So I don't know if Noob does, but I'm not an expert. All I know is Rammstein, and I maybe like 2 songs by Rammstein and Scooter, because I grew up in 90s, so I remember Scooter songs, but that's not really rock music. It's kind of like, is it like disco, techno, something like that? Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, Andre. It's wonderful to see any kind of comments here because it's obviously it's growing. Let's not say small channel. It's a growing channel.
Niche. It's a niche channel.
Niche channel, but it's rather than saying small channel, we should say it's a growing channel, right? That sounds more positive.
Yes.
That sounds more positive. So
Thank
you very much.
Underdog.
Well, the underdog stories. Sometimes they're the best, right? Leicester and imagine
Arsenal.
India winning the World Cup one day. It would be so much bigger than
underworld.
Argentina winning it, right? So
that's underworld stuff.
It would be such an earthquake in football if that happened.
Mate,
and imagine what it would do with India. Imagine how suddenly every Indian boy would start playing football and you would be proud of your nation. Those are the underdog stories. So who knows what could happen with this YouTube channel one day? And we will all remember that moment when we had that one only comment from Andre talking about a German rock band, So it could happen, right?
Right.
We would be saying those were the good old days. But nobody knew us and we had more privacy and all that.
Yeah.
Budgie, it's great to see you here, man. Budgie came to say hi as well. Budgie, tell us who are your heroes, villains, and what else do we have there?
Takeaway of the week.
Takeaway. We have a hero of the week, villain of the week, team of the week, and takeaway of the week. By the way, next time, Budgie, you can come on. You can come on as well. I don't know if you're interested in international football. Budgie is a West Ham fan, so I'm not sure
he could talk about his local club as well, apart from West Ham.
Or he could talk about birds. Was this joke better than the previous one?
Nah, I don't think so.
No. Okay. Well, Budgie is a bird, right?
It is, but
that's the joke. Anyway.
Okay. I thought it was something to do with ornithology or something.
Ornithology, yeah. And in Britain, a bird also refers to it's like a word that describes a sexy girl or a pretty girl, a young girl.
Bird?
But they don't use it so much anymore because it's particularly incorrect these days, But it was quite popular back in the day. Look at that bird.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
like a girl, like a sexy girl,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if this part is as interesting as the main meat of the show. I apologize to all vegans. Yeah. But shall we leave it there?
We can, yeah. I mean, you can check if
Yep.
there's another comment, but apart from that, yeah, that's all.
There's another comment. Nice, thanks. We have 4 comments, which is amazing. It's like also at the moment we have 3 people watching us live, which also is the most we've had today. So they probably like the ending of the show more than anything else. That's when we talk about nonsense, right?
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
Uh-huh.
wow.
Well,
Really
anyway,
watched.
guys, we would like to keep this show up. Yeah. Nrup is the main regular. Yeah. He will almost always be here. I hope so anyway. And
Yeah,
I will
looking
be
forward
here.
to it.
And we might have some more guests on. And we would like to keep this up. It's a very simple format, right? And we're just going to basically ask each other about our heroes, villains, teams, and takeaways of the week. And then the last one is vocabulary of the week. But that's kind of on the side. But that's because I'm a teacher, so I kind of have to do something here. Just to tick the box. It's kind of like to tick the box, right? That's why
Yeah,
I'm
fair
doing
enough.
that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
a 35-minute exercise, and who wouldn't like it to see each other's friends and have a nice fresh face.
Exactly.
I think Budgie, he commented something.
Budgie there's another comment from Budgie. It's 5 comments now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wonderful Budgie. Budgie has his own show, by the way, as well. He's a West Ham fan. His channel is
Yeah.
called Green Street Elites. And I don't think I should say that, Budgie, but normally, actually, he did a show on West Ham Network as well the other day. It's called Old School Hammers.
Wow.
It was just a bit. Something happened there. I think Budgie wasn't able to hear his friend, and he had to
Okay.
watch it on the phone or something. It was just hilarious. It was really cool.
Okay.
But I like Budgie and his friend. It's cool. It's always good. Yeah. And there's a comment number 6, which
Oh my god.
I guess sums it all up. Yeah.
Yeah, sums it all up.
Yeah. Andre, by the way, Andre, your name, I think you come from Poland. I think you're from
It
Poland.
does. Andrei.
You know what? Guess what? Guess where I'm going tomorrow? I am going to Wrocław because one of the listeners of my podcast got me a ticket to the Czech Republic Ukraine game. No, sorry, to the Ukraine Czech Republic game, which takes place in Wrocław in Poland. Because of the
Wow.
war situation, you cannot play games in Ukraine. So there's a connection there.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Here we go. We've got the hero of the week from Budgie, Dinos Mavropanos, the West Ham player who played really well for Greece. Yeah, my team of the week was Greece, Budgie, and so was Nrup's.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, he did have a dino like a performance. So, yep, that sums it up. Dinos Mavropanos made the entire England squad look average. Well,
he used to play for our team, Nrup, for Arsenal as well.
I know.
We didn't find him that impressive, if I'm honest.
I mean, for me, it's an honor. I'm like, yeah, he's our boy that played like 3 games.
Our ex-player, but now he's the West Ham player. So
he is, yeah. Villain of the week,
Lee
Carsley. That's
the manager. That's the England manager, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get. I mean, interim I think.
But, but also there was some kind of an interview with him. And I heard it on a podcast because there are some podcasts where they play the entire interview, and they asked. I don't know exactly. I'm not gonna say it correctly, but they asked him about this. They asked him if he thinks he has a chance to keep the job because basically they suggested to him, the reporters, that this is an audition, that this game is an audition for the manager position, right? And he said something along the line, rather than saying, yes, absolutely, I'm going for it, which you would expect. You expect some ambition from him. And he said something along the lines of, I'm happy going back to managing the under 21 team. So I don't think that's what England fans wanted to hear. To me, he gives me the impression of a nice guy. I'm not sure nice guys win in this world anymore. You see, he's a nice guy. He's too nice. That's my impression, the impression I'm getting. But not like, like in the English, how they are like gentlemen sometimes. Not like gentlemen nice, like nice. Like Southgate was also nice. So it seems like there's another nice guy who is sort of who has replaced Southgate. That's at least my impression of him when I hear him talk. But
well, maybe he studied in a private school.
Yeah,
we need some public school boys.
Some
bad boys. Yeah. Anyway,
team of the week, Greece. Yeah, Budgie. Okay, cool. And takeaway
food.
You see, I made the joke and Roop didn't laugh. I said my takeaway of the week was chicken McNugget. And
I was
like, what are you talking about? And it was a joke.
I was zoned into the game, I'm like,
and he didn't get it.
Football.
And I didn't know whether the joke was so bad. Was the joke so bad, or was Noop being stupid? Now we have the answer, Noop.
I think it was just the food option that you said.
Maybe maybe my deadpan delivery was not good enough. Maybe I didn't
you should have
tell the joke in the right way.
Maybe you should have said souvlaki or gyros.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should have said curry, masala, chicken tikka masala, and then you would have understood.
Well, that's British, but yeah, whatever.
Well, it's my favorite Indian meal. So
Indian. How do you call that Indian meal?
Okay, what's your favorite Indian meal then? Indian dish.
Indian dish. Well, that's a good question, but it has to be like a proper Indian meal. We call it thali, which contains everything, like THALI, thali.
Okay.
And it just contains everything that you can imagine.
What do you mean everything? Like everything edible?
Everything edible. So including, you have like bread, rice, different types of side dishes.
I like the naan, the bread, the Indian bread. I love it. The naan, right? Naan. It's called naan. Right?
Yeah. But anyway, so Budgie, we meant metaphorically, but of course you're free to say your today's takeaway, your Sunday takeaway food. I assume it's gonna My takeaway
is that England will will nothing until and Budgie doesn't seem like a happy fan. Yeah, Budgie, tell us, are you? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that you are more a West Ham fan than you are an England fan. I'm pretty sure, because I am definitely more the Czech Republic fan than I am any other fan. So I bet
I actually know an English person, or Scouse by some people, and he's a more Liverpool fan than he's an England fan.
What do you mean, Carragher? Is his name Jeremy Carragher by any chance?
Nah, but he does have an Irish surname, which is, I think, common, I guess, up there.
Yeah. By the way, Drew, do you know we have a goalkeeper now? His name is Vítězslav Jaroš. He was the previous takeaway of the week, I think. And he is playing, he's number 3 for Liverpool now. And they did an interview with him, with Vítězslav Jaroš, because he played because the number 1, Alisson, got injured in the game, and number 2, Gallagher was ill. So he got to play, I think, 15 minutes, which was amazing in a important game. Was it against Crystal Palace or something? I think
it was.
But then they did an interview with him, and oh my God, he sounded like a Scouse. His English was perfect, and his accent was Scouse. Like you wouldn't, you couldn't tell the difference from a real Scouse. He went there at the age of 16. He is there at the age of 16. It's so impressive, because I know so many people who went.
How old is he? Like 20,
went to England young, and their pronunciation is awful. He is 23.
Yeah, that's still nothing.
And he sounds like a Scouse. Like this.
I mean, at the age of 16, if you go there, I mean, that means he pretty much grew up in Czech Republic, if you think of it. 16 years
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Czech
exactly.
Republic,
Well, he's Czech,
in a
right? His
country
parents
which
are
is not
Czech.
known for speaking good English. I think
What
it's
do
a
you
great
mean?
achievement.
What are you talking about? What did you just say?
I'm just
Anyway,
anyway.
well, at
So
least I have a job, right? If this is true, if we are not good, what was it? We are not known for speaking good English. The Czech Republic, Czechs. Well, to be honest, if you hear, anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. But some players should have better English than they do, but not him, not Trey Jarosz. His English is amazing.
great,
So,
good for him.
but at least I have a job, right?
Hmm.
If Czech people spoke perfect English, I wouldn't have a job. So,
Exactly, which is a good thing. So I basically complimented you.
but to be fair, I teach a lot of international students as well. I'm not exclusively teacher of Czech people. So,
Mhm.
by the way, yeah, like I said, I'm heading to Vietnam soon. So
Okay, but before
Yeah.
that, you'll be going to Wroclaw
tomorrow I'm traveling to
tomorrow. That
Wrocław.
is
The journey, the bus journey will take about 3.5 hours.
not
And
bad.
yeah, I can't wait for that. Okay, let's put up all these comments up and then we're gonna call it a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite takeaway, lamb. I don't know how to pronounce this. Nope.
Lamb
You're gonna
saag.
have to help me. You
No,
are
just lamb
Indian, not
saag.
me. Lamb
I am
saag.
Indian, yeah, and yeah, pilau, which is pulao with
Do you know
naan
what,
bread.
Nope? Did
Yeah.
I tell you that my favorite? If you ask me what's your favorite food, I'm gonna say Indian now. And I realized it when I was living in Vietnam, which is weird. But
Yeah, it's weird. I thought it would be Vietnamese or
no,
something
well, there are
East
some
Asian.
dishes I like, but like on the whole, I don't know
Hmm.
what it is, but something has changed. Like there's something about it, but the spices and it is
Hmm.
my favorite food now, if you ask me. And it used to be
Well, I'm glad.
pizza and the Chinese at some point in my life, and the Turkish stuff like the kebab, and
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
anymore. It's the Indian food now. So I'm
Hmm.
with Baji. I'm a West Ham fan first and foremost. International football is actually worse than having toothache. There's nothing worse than having toothache, Baji.
Zenik
I was
knows.
out.
Zenik
I was
knows.
out for 1 month. I couldn't go for a run. I put on 4 more kilos. I was already overweight after coming back here to the Czech Republic. Now it's even worse because I couldn't go for a run. Oh my god! I had my wisdom tooth extracted. Yeah, I'm gonna. By the way, I'm gonna record an episode of Zdenek's English podcast about it. Uh, and it was a day after I finished my driving license as well.
Oh,
So it
you
was so
have it
much stress.
already?
I got it. Yeah. But it was so
Wow.
much stress for me. You can imagine, yeah, so much stress that
Hmm.
that thing took its toll on me. It wasn't the actual procedure, which was painless. Yeah, I had an
Hmm.
excellent dentist with whom I later recorded an episode of a podcast as well. Can you imagine? I was sitting in the armchair, in the dentist's armchair, and I asked the guy, "Hey, since you did such a good job, would you mind coming on as a guest of my podcast?" And he was like,
In
"Sure."
English or in Czech?
In Czech. This one is in
Okay,
Czech. I
Začepa.
have three podcasts, and one of the podcasts is Czech. And he said, "Sure." I was like, "What? Really? Did you just say yes?" I couldn't believe it. And the podcast is really interesting. So basically, yeah, I'm thanking him. I start the podcast by thanking my dentist for pulling out my tooth and making it painless. Basically, so cool.
Well, that's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, however, I had some complications. It got bad. It really
Hmm.
got much worse. There was some infection in the tooth, and the pain was just endless, right? So
Hmm.
it wouldn't go away. It was just headache. It went into my ear. I couldn't do any sports. The temperature wasn't high, but it was. All I could do is just use painkillers, and it wasn't getting any better. And it took too long. And I there's nothing worse than a toothache, Baji. I'm sorry, I have to disagree. Respectfully, I have to disagree with you.
Yeah, that
All
sounds
right.
like a great podcast topic, but yeah, well,
Toothaches, you mean, or what?
the topic, like about your experience
Oh, I thought,
with,
yeah, okay.
yeah.
Not sure. Not sure I want to go through that again. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I will. I think I will record something about it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, nice to see you both. You have my detail. Yeah, Baji, we need to invite you into our group. Yeah, we have a new group, or was it community. Is it community? WhatsApp
Community,
community or
WhatsApp
something?
community.
Yeah, because
But you
you
can,
used to, because Baji used to feature on our other show, which was called something Learn English with Football, and then we changed it to, oh my god,
English,
I had like, I can't even remember anymore.
something like that.
You see, that's what happens when you keep changing the name. Now it's Heroes of the Week, which I think is not weak at all. I think it's great. It's a great name. But we'll see. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Please give us a like because it will actually help us promote this show, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we will speak to you next week, same time. And it will be mostly about the Premier League. But this show actually is not restricted to the Premier League. Yeah. So if you can come to talk to us about the Polish league, German league, Andorran league, the league in Malta, wherever your league is, it doesn't matter. This show is international and universal and all that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, looking forward to the next week show.
Yeah,
And
me too. Me too.
take care, man. See you, everyone.
See you guys. Have a nice one. Bye bye.
Bye.